Ever wondered what the difference is between NEP and NCF? Well, you're not alone. These two acronyms are often bandied about when discussing education in India. But what do they really mean? NEP, or National Education Policy, is essentially the government's comprehensive framework that outlines the vision and direction for education in the nation. It's a blueprint, if you will, for what the authorities believe education should look like. On the other hand, we have the NCF, National Curriculum Framework. This is a more detailed and practical document that provides guidelines on what should be taught in schools and how it should be delivered. While the NEP sets the agenda, the NCF is the tool that brings this agenda to life in the classroom. Both are integral to shaping India's education system. Now let's delve deeper into the differences between these two crucial components of our education system. First off, what is the National Education Policy, or NEP? Well, the NEP is an all-encompassing policy that governs education in India. It's a comprehensive framework that aims to guide the development of education in the country from primary to tertiary levels. One of the unique characteristics of the NEP is its focus on holistic, multidisciplinary education. Rather than compartmentalizing subjects into rigid streams like science, arts, and commerce, the NEP encourages an integrated approach to learning. This approach allows students to explore a wide range of subjects, fostering a broader understanding of the world and its interconnectedness. The NEP also places a significant emphasis on skill development and critical thinking. It recognizes that in the rapidly changing world of the 21st century, it's not enough to just memorize facts and figures. Students need to develop skills that will allow them to adapt and thrive in a variety of contexts. They need to learn how to think critically, how to solve problems, and how to innovate. The NEP is designed to facilitate this kind of learning. One of the most significant changes introduced by the NEP is the new 5+3+3+4 system. This system replaces the traditional 10+2 model, and it's designed to be more flexible and more attuned to the developmental needs of children. The first 5 years cover foundational learning, the next 3 focus on preparatory learning, the following 3 on middle school, and the final 4 on secondary education. Each stage is designed to build on the previous one, ensuring a seamless progression of learning. The NEP is more than just a set of guidelines. It's a visionary document that seeks to transform the way education is delivered in India. It aims to create a system that is inclusive, equitable, and rooted in the values and culture of the country while also being globally relevant. So that's the NEP in a nutshell, a policy aiming to revolutionize education in India. Now let's move on to the National Curriculum Framework, or NCF. This is another key element in our education system, but it plays a different role than the National Education Policy. While the NEP sets broad education goals, the NCF is more focused on the specifics of what students should be learning. The NCF is essentially a roadmap for education. It outlines what students should know and be able to do at the end of each grade. This includes not just academic knowledge, but also skills and attitudes that will help them succeed in life. One of the most unique aspects of the NCF is its emphasis on child-centered education. This means that the curriculum is designed to be engaging and meaningful for students, taking into account their interests, abilities, and backgrounds. Rather than simply imparting information, the NCF aims to foster a love of learning and stimulate curiosity. The NCF also emphasizes the inclusion of life skills in the curriculum. These are skills that go beyond academics and include things like critical thinking, problem-solving, communication, and resilience. The goal is to prepare students for the real world, not just to pass exams. In addition to these key features, the NCF also provides guidelines for teaching methods, assessment strategies, and learning resources. It serves as a guide for teachers, helping them understand what they should be teaching and how they should be teaching it. Lastly, the NCF is periodically reviewed and updated to ensure it remains relevant. This is important because our world is constantly changing, and our education system needs to keep up. The most recent revision of the NCF was in 2005, and another update is currently being planned. That sums up the NCF, a framework designed to enhance the learning experience of students. It's a detailed guide that helps ensure our education system is not just about rote learning, but about developing well-rounded individuals who are prepared for life beyond the classroom. Now that we understand NEP and NCF, what sets them apart from each other? Let's dive right into it. The National Education Policy, or NEP, is like a map for the future of education in India. It's a broad, overarching document that outlines the vision and goals for education. It's more of a what and why document. It answers questions like, what should education look like in India? Why should we educate our children in this particular way? What are the fundamental principles that should guide our education system? These are the big picture ideas that the NEP wrestles with. On the other hand, the National Curriculum Framework, or NCF, is more of a how document. It takes the vision and goals from the NEP and translates them into a detailed plan for implementing them in the classroom. It provides guidelines on how to teach, what to teach, and how to assess learning. It's more focused on the practicalities of teaching and learning, offering a blueprint for teachers and school administrators to follow. Also, the focus areas of NEP and NCF are different. The NEP covers a wide range of areas, from early childhood education to higher education and vocational training. It also addresses issues like teacher recruitment and training, technological integration, and the promotion of multilingualism. It's a comprehensive policy that looks at education from multiple angles and aims to create a holistic, integrated, and inclusive education system. The NCF, in contrast, is more focused on the curriculum. It provides a structure for what students should learn at different stages of their education. It outlines the skills, knowledge, attitudes, and values that should be developed in students. It's more concerned with the content of education and how it's delivered. Moreover, the impacts of NEP and NCF on the education system are also different. The NEP sets the direction for education in India. It has the power to bring about a sea change in how education is perceived and delivered. It can lead to new laws, new programs, and new initiatives that transform the education landscape. The NCF, on the other hand, influences the day-to-day experiences of students and teachers. It shapes the textbooks, the teaching methods, the assessment tools, and the classroom activities. It impacts the education system at the ground level, affecting how teaching and learning happen on a daily basis. So in a nutshell, while the NEP provides the vision and the big picture for education, the NCF provides the roadmap for implementing that vision in the classroom. They're like two sides of the same coin, each playing a unique role in shaping India's education system. These differences highlight the unique roles that NEP and NCF play in shaping India's education system. So, to summarize, both NEP and NCF play integral roles in our education system, but they serve different purposes. Let's take a step back and revisit what we've learned. The National Education Policy, or NEP, is a comprehensive framework that outlines the overarching vision and direction for education in the country. It's a guiding star, if you will, setting out the broad goals and strategies to achieve them. It touches upon all aspects of education, from pre-primary to higher education, and even lifelong learning. On the other hand, the National Curriculum Framework, or NCF, is more of a detailed roadmap. It's about the how, rather than the what. Think of it as a blueprint that provides specific guidance on curriculum, teaching methodologies, and assessment strategies. It translates the broad goals of the NEP into actionable steps that can be implemented in classrooms across the country. Now, while the NEP and NCF may seem distinct, they are in fact two sides of the same coin. The NEP sets the direction and the NCF navigates the path. The NEP pushes for reform and the NCF makes it happen. The NEP dreams big and the NCF turns those dreams into reality. One focuses on the big picture, the other on the finer details. One sets the vision, the other brings it to life. It's a symbiotic relationship that ensures our education system remains dynamic, responsive, and most importantly, learner-centric. And so, while they have different focuses, both are equally important. The NEP without the NCF would be like a ship without a compass, and the NCF without the NEP would be like a car without a destination. In the grand scheme of things, both the NEP and the NCF are critical to shaping India's education landscape, each in their own unique way. As we can see, both NEP and NCF work together to create a holistic, learner-centric education system. Understanding their differences helps us appreciate their combined efforts in shaping India's education landscape.